Yeah, ramen, traditional ramen is Korean. It's usually with, pork bone stock. But what's nice is, I mean, you can customize it. You can do whatever stock you want. So if you have vegetable stock or chicken stock that you've made at home, you can definitely make it with that. I'm going to show you how to make a different type of stock. So we've done chicken, we've done vegetable, we've done beef last week. So now this is a traditional Japanese stock called Dashi. This is used as a base for a lot of Japanese cooking, a lot of Japanese dishes. And it's based off of two main ingredients, but in particular this one here. It's not a piece of cardboard paper. Does anyone know what this is? Seaweed. Seaweed, I heard it, yeah, seaweed. It's a type of seaweed. It's called Kombu. You can find it, or kelp, type of kelp. You can find it in some health food stores, some bulk stores. St. Lawrence Market has it. TNT, that's where I grabbed it. TNT is a great market. They have these different types of things. And it's taken from the ocean. And what you want to do with it, and it has this kind of white film on it, this is sort of the salt and the umami flavor, this very nice savory flavor coming from not only the seaweed but the ocean as well. It gives you a beautiful broth, and it's super simple to make. That's why I figured I'd show you today. So what you want to do is start by soaking the seaweed in some cold water. Now traditionally they say do this up to 12 hours if you can, or overnight if you can. I've done it with people where it's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's still good, it's still, but if you do have the time and you want a little bit more flavor out of it, you can soak it longer. But this has been about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And after soaking in cold water, you'll see it, it
comes to life.
Comes to life. Yes.
Can you feed it to your fish?
Yes, you probably can. Don't chew on this. So now from this point, again, 15, 20 minutes, that's going to go into our stock pot or soup pot, everything, water, and the seaweed. And what I want to do is bring it up to a simmer. So you can put it on high. And then as soon as it starts to boil, not even boil, as soon as you start to see little bubbles, take it out. So it shouldn't take long, like 5 minutes. You take the seaweed, the kelp out of the water. It's done its part. It's already flavored the water. It'll give it almost this slight gelatinous texture to it as well. Not really gelatinous, but it has almost like a semi-jello thing going on. And that's from the natural thickener that's in seaweed. But if you leave it longer, it'll just start to get bitter on you. So once it starts to simmer, take it out, and then we can add, whatever other ingredients you want. Another one of my favorites is dried shiitake mushrooms. Beautiful, makes a fantastic stock. So that's going to go in there. The mushroom's going to go in, and then again, whatever else you want. I have some scallion in here, some garlic, definitely some garlic. And we'll leave it pretty whole. We'll just give it a little crush. And we're going to strain this after. So again,
so we're not going to get the fibrous parts of the garlic. Yeah.
Little ginger too. Beautiful. So that's going to go in. And that's about it. Taste it at the end to see your seasoning, but you're going to get some of that sodium and that salt from the seaweed itself, so you probably don't have to add too much. And simmer it 20 minutes. So it's a very fast and super flavorful stock. You can have something like this. So this is without the kombu. And if you can see the color, can you guys see the color? I don't know if you can see the color here. But you got this really nice, rich, almost oceany broth in a good way. I don't know if that's but it's really, really nice.
Taste of the ocean.
Taste of the ocean.
No, it tastes better than that.
Yes.
Umami, right?
Yes. Very savory.
So yes, you're getting that savory flavor. It's a nice vegetarian stock.
Absolutely.
I was going to call it a stock option, but that doesn't make sense. It's a good stock option.
And then at that point, you can really get creative and put whatever sort of toppings you want. Today we're going to look for higher protein toppings. That's what we want here. So we've got our bowl. You can start off with your noodle selection. There's so many different types you can go for. This is more of a traditional, almost like a thin udon you can go for, which is, it'll be easier to digest.
Yeah, if you are experiencing diarrhea or you're feeling full really quickly, you don't want to go for big high fiber foods because they're going to make you feel full too quickly. You want to go for, if you can find noodles that are made out of white rice or refined flours, so you would choose this one versus the darker one, which is a soba noodle or a buckwheat, which is a whole grain. So if you aren't dealing with these side effects, then you do want to choose a higher fiber option. Just in terms of reducing your risk of colorectal cancer, it's also good for helping us to, get to a healthy body weight as well. And one of the biggest risk factors for pancreatic cancer is being overweight. So it's a good idea, I think it's 20% of people with pancreatic cancer that could have been prevented by getting to and keeping a healthy body weight. So more and more we're learning about how important it is to be on the leaner side and to stay that way as long as we can.
So, and these noodles don't take too long. They take like 3 minutes to cook. You pick your noodle, cook it. These ones cook really fast, like 3 minutes, boiling water. And then we're gonna add our really, really nice flavorful Shiitake stock and Kombu stock here. Super flavorful. And what's nice about this is, if you're serving this for a few people, you can just put all the toppings onto the table, a few different toppings, and people can kind of customize it themselves.
I love that idea.
So we have some tofu here, which you can put on the outside. Now this is gonna be sort of like a semi-soft. Can you guys see that? So that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So the trick to this, there is no trick. It's more of a timing thing. 6.5 minutes, exactly 6.5 minutes in boiling water, and it'll get you a kind of semi-soft yolk.
It looks beautiful.
Really, really nice. And then again, whatever you want. This is some shredded nori, which is a really nice seaweed you can put on there. If you want the green onion, and again, if this is a more of a digestion.
Yeah, if it upsets your stomach, you don't need to add it, but.
So yeah, a little sesame oil to finish. That's it.
Beautiful.